Today we are going to highlight the cards that I suggested on this channel that I flat out got wrong. And we're going to make it even more fun by ranking these by color, just seeing how poorly that I ended up doing. I like to think that I'm a little bit early on some of these suggestions, but there are some that I just absolutely got wrong. And I think it's important to share with you guys just to show that I too can make mistakes, but it's all about making those mistakes and learning from them. What's up? My name is my name is Steve. This is Steel City Stacks. Thanks for clicking into the video. I have this aspiring channel that I want to share with you guys because I want to take this from something that's just like part-time and small into something that's larger. I want to take this, what I call a part-time business, where I'm more a glorified flipper where I, buy collections and stuff and then, sell them to people on TCG Player, eBay, whatever it is. I want to take that from something smaller into something that's like actually legitimate that I could call a business. And I plan on doing that with you guys here on this channel by entertaining you guys and hopefully educating you guys on various different things like, prices on singles and sealed product and ebbs and flows and markets that you guys can take advantage of that. That's what I really want to do on this channel. But, as you guys know, just to get into the video here, the single prices have been dropping pretty rapidly all across the board, especially in the ultra modern type of cards like Mega Evolutions, Phantasmal Flames, Destined Rivals, a bunch of different stuff. But this is also extended into the Sword and Shield era, into something that, or in an era that I definitely suggested some of these cards. So, like I said, I kind of think I was a little bit early on some, but there were some that I absolutely just got flat out incorrect on. But I will say my saving grace is I never told you guys to buy at that specific price, saying it is the absolute bottom. It's not going to get any lower. I always said, hey, be mindful of the prices as they start to fall. There are still some that you guys can go and get. And I think it's good. It's a good time to highlight this, especially with the TCG Player sale kind of wrapping up. It is Monday night when I'm recording this. So we're going to go and flip the camera around. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got wrong. We can all kind of laugh and have a good time with it and hopefully learn something in the end. So I have 3 different videos that I want to reference in this: October 10th, October 22nd, and November 7th. So about a month ago, a little, month to 2 months ago. We're going to start with October 10th. These are ranked. Green means it was a pretty great call, at least for now. Yellow's good. Orange kind of bad. Red, not so great, right? Red's usually bad. But go back and look at these videos if you guys want. You can kind of get the full detail of everything. But started off not too bad. Raging Bolt, Arbok, IR. These are all in order, by the way. Iron Crown, you got the Iron Leaves here and the Walking Wake, all still above 90% of their value, which is pretty cool. They've really lost about 5.5 to about 9% of their value. The Gouging Fire, Iron Boulder, the Gengar Full Art, and the EV definitely took a little bit more of a hit. Those range from about 11% of a drop down to 17%. And then I don't really want to count the Obsidian Flames Charizard just because I said this one's going to run down. And I actually talked about this in multiple videos. Price right now is down to $74.13. That's a great price to pick up this Charizard. You can probably actually find it for even lower than that. But I did just want to highlight it and say hey, if you did pick it up at $90, you're probably feeling pretty terrible about that. That's a huge chunk that you lost. So hopefully you kind of listen to me and you definitely wrote it down. But this one not as bad as the next one on October 22nd. We definitely had some absolute misses here that I will put my hand up and be like, hey, this was just not great. Some of the things that I ended up getting correct. Some of the Sword and Shield stuff in this Tepig here, the Zekrom Trainer Gallery from Brilliant Stars, it actually gained 20% in value, and it was only a $10 card. Now it's a $12 card, so it's nothing crazy. But this one still, it's kind of been hovering around that point. I still think it's pretty good to pick up. It's an awesome card. Even the Leafeon V-Star, it actually hasn't lost any value. It's still kind of hovering in that point. I still think it's a good price. It's from Crown Zenith. The Tepig as well. All things black and white, they've actually held their value pretty substantially, which is really important. But after that, at least from the 22nd, I just absolutely got destroyed. I'm not gonna lie. The Phoebus IR and the Hydreigon Special Illustration Rare, this was at before the reprint. It was actually directly before the booster boxes hit the Pokemon Center website again. So a lot of influx in product here. I think these will eventually be good calls, but if you guys want to continue to wait to buy this, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm still waiting to get the Hydreigon SIR for my Surging Sparks Master Set. If it's going to keep falling, it's down to $37 right now, $37.80. If it can get down to be a $30 IR, even a $32, I think at that point I'd be pretty good. But we're talking like an 18%, 19% loss from when I told you guys to start looking at this. So hopefully you didn't get in and you're going to just keep like riding it down, but it is what it is. The Piplup AR from Inferno X, like, yes, this has been released since Phantasmal came out. This was before that. Even the Articuno IR, that was a huge egg on face moment. It's down $5, down 25% right now. Just a massive L on my part. The Volatile as well. I actually bought this card at $20 myself. I've already lost $6. It's 30% I'm down on this card, but it's only a $20 card. Like, who cares? One thing that I did get absolutely destroyed on was the full art versions of the Mega Evolutions cards. I actually thought these were going to hold up a lot better than what they did. The Mega Lucario is down 30%, and this Mega Latias is down 42.7%. You're probably thinking, these cards have never held their value. Even like the full art Gengar from here, that's down 17% from the first video. They just don't really hold their value. I just thought people would really kind of like the double style. And I still really do. Like, I'm just going to keep these because I think they're cool. But I definitely could have waited to pick them up. Like, the Latias is down 42%. Like, that's crazy. It was, $10. Now it's down to about $5.60. I get it, but, kind of laughable. Last one I want to highlight. Actually, the one I think I did the best on. This was the most recent one. And you can say, well, it was only from like not even a month ago. So the prices haven't really fallen that much. But, these cards being mainly Sword and Shield, they've actually held up pretty well. And to my surprise, the Sylveon VMAX from Brilliant Stars has actually held the most amount of value. It's only lost 3.5%. It's a $54 card right now, which is still pretty respectable. The Garchomp V from Astral Radiance is holding up well as well. That's a $57.5 card. The Secret Rare Charizard, that's only lost 6.5% of its value. It's at $56.50 right now. Arceus V is doing pretty well. Even the Umbreon VMAX, like, it's only down almost 9%. It was $79.46. It's down to $72.47. Not the worst thing, but like when you're talking like, you're paying like that for the top chases, because that's what all of these are from like Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, all these, it's a pretty penny. So like you're down $6, $7, $8 depending. Like the Rayquaza's down 12.5%. It's down $17 pretty much. And that's a good chunk. Like that pays for some of these other cards on this previous page. Like the Articuno pays for the Yveltal, can get you up to the Tepig almost, and some of the other stuff can get you the Zekrom. But, it's how it goes. Like I did get some of these wrong. I thought the Darkrai was going to do a little bit better than what it is. I'm surprised to see it down over 10% so far. But, Crown Zenith's been kind of like fluctuating. I just think this is going to go up for sure. It's just a matter of time. The Galarian Moltres too, I'm kind of surprised at falling back down. The Pikachu V. And the Starmie, I think, is the most surprising. I don't know what's going on with the Starmie. The Starmie's down to $91. This was like a top card in Astral for quite a while, and then Machamp kind of took over and has not looked back. But I still think Starmie is going to be pretty underrated. I mean, it has Misty. It's an OG character. Starmie's really cool. The art's really cool. It's got the picnic type thing. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely did get some of these wrong, guys. And it's totally fine to get them wrong. This Eevee was a complete bust. 17.2%. Twilight just completely not holding this card up at all. But we'll see what happens with this. I still think, some of these cards from Temporal are going to be sleepers, but definitely prone to be making mistakes. Let me know down below. Do me a favor. What was your absolute favorite that I whiffed on? Because there's a good chance some of you guys watch all of this stuff. I'm just curious what you guys think. What did I get wrong? So there you guys go. I also can make mistakes. I had some pretty brutal calls on there, including those full arts from Mega Evolutions. I really don't know why I suggested them. I think they look cool, but they're certainly not any type of like investable piece. Of course, if you are just collecting the stuff, price is kind of irrelevant to you, because if you're picking it up because it's your favorite Pokemon or just because you like the artist or the specific artwork on it, the value is what you make out of it. Just because the numbers on the screen say something and we're reflecting this doesn't necessarily mean that is the set in stone price or value or whatever. It is what you make of it. That's the most important thing. But mistakes can be made. It's about learning from them. That's why we make mistakes, so we can learn, we can get better, we can grow together. That's what I'm trying to do with you guys on this channel. And like I said in the beginning, just being transparent. I did want to mention one thing though, because a very smart person that doesn't need to be named constantly says this. Pokemon is the cheat code. There are certain things in this space, right, in the Pokemon world space, that are just fundamentally true. And that is, for the last 30 years, these products and these singles have gone up in value. What I want to add to that, though, for you guys, you made it this far, here's your little like piece of wisdom, whatever. I am still new to this, but there is one thing that I know that is an absolute truth. These sealed boxes and sealed items, whatever that they are, always go up in price when they go out of print. And the more rare and the older that they get, the more scarce that asset becomes or item becomes, the price goes up. Be mindful if you are trying to pick singles up for any type of investment pieces or long-term holds. They will never, ever, ever, ever go up as much as the sealed products. Yes, there are those grail cards, like the Umbreon V, not the Evolving Skies one, geez, the Moonbreon, the Sunbreon, the Gengar VMAX with the big mouth, some of like the Mewtwo even, some of those grail cards, those only come around once in every era, or twice or maybe 3 times in an era, and that is literally it. But they never appreciate as much as the sealed product. But if you're just collecting these cards, which was what the intent and purpose of these videos were for, again, the value is what you make of it. Just be mindful, right? As stuff does get older, the price will go up. These singles will go up in price, but it might take 3, 4, 5 years for you to see like any type of like growth. And if you're trying to do it in terms of like building up like your collection in terms of like a monetary value, I always recommend sealed over the singles. But that's it for this one. Be sure to comment down below what your favorite mistake of mine was, and maybe something that you're looking to pick up while things are kind of sliding here. I'm curious what you guys are picking up and moving. It's all about connecting, communicating, and learning with each other. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you like this stuff, and anything involving the Pokemon space. We're going to be covering just about everything, and that's what this channel is about. So be sure to subscribe, like, comment, do the things, hit the buttons. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.